Hello friends, today we will start a very interesting chapter of our science portion. The chapter name is Sources of Energy. Right, so let's start this lesson. We know about energy, we know about sources of energy. In this chapter we are going to collect all our knowledge and get to know a little bit more. So, what is a source of energy? Anything that provides us energy is called a source of energy. Right? So, if we get energy from burning wood, the wood also is a source of energy. Coal also is a source of energy. Right? Even petroleum is a source of energy. What about sunlight? Sunlight is the biggest source of energy, right? Wind, etc. You see, there are many sources of energy. Some of them we know about, some of them we don't even know till now. There are many sources of energy which we are going to discover in the future also. So, why do we require energy? So, we require energy for various purposes, right? Like to cook food, we require heat energy, or we require electrical energy to lighten the room. Muscular energy we use to carry bags, to run bicycle. Sound energy we use to call our friends. Right? So different types of energy we require and we use for various purposes. So we need a source of energy, right? We need a source of energy that provides us with this energy. This source of energy, I told you there are many sources of energy, but some are more efficient in comparison to others. Some sources of energy are cleaner compared to others. Why? Because they do not contribute to pollution. So we can see there are many energy sources. Like let's talk of wood. Now wood is not an efficient energy source. It is also not a clean source. Coal is also not an efficient source. It is not a clean source. It will cause pollution. Petroleum may be a little efficient source, but still again it is a cause of pollution. Sunlight, my friends, wind energy, all the new sources of energy are efficient sources as well as clean energy sources. So let us learn about these. But before that, let us differentiate a bit of these sources. So we can classify energy sources as inexhaustible and exhaustible. Those energy sources which are unlimited, which will never get finished, come in this category. They are inexhaustible. Example, sunlight. You see, sunlight, inexhaustible energy source. The second is exhaustible energy source. Those sources which are limited. So they are limited. They may get over in the near future. Right? But if they are exhaustible, we can further divide into two categories. They are exhaustible but renewable. Means, and second category is non-renewable. Means once finished, we cannot get them back in a short time. Renewable would be we can get them back in a short period of time. So these sources, exhaustible and non-renewable, we have to use with lot of care, because once finished we will not get them back. Then energy sources can be categorized as conventional, non-conventional. Conventional are the traditional energy sources. Non-conventional are the modern energy sources. Those which have been used since a long time, let's say last 100 years, or last 50 years or more, they are conventional energy sources. Non-conventional are the modern energy sources जो अभी हम use कर रहे हैं उनको, and research is being done on these sources now. So solar energy, wind energy, biogas, ocean thermal energy, right, tidal energy, all these sources are the non-conventional sources. So let us talk of renewable, non-conventional resources. See, most of the non-conventional resources are also renewable because they are unlimited. So these are resources that can be used again and again, or we can say that these resources will not finish easily and will last for a long time. So solar energy, water, air could be categorized as that. See, if you see my table, I divided them as inexhaustible, right? I took the solar energy as an inexhaustible resource, right? And then exhaustible we categorize further as renewable and non-renewable. I feel that is a better way of grouping the energy sources. Up here they have said renewable and non-renewable. Then non-renewable energy source are normally the conventional energy sources. These are the resources that cannot be used again and again, because if they get exhausted, एक बार खलास हो गया, they will take a lot of time to fall. 1 kilo coal, it would take 1,000,000 years. Million years to make, right? It will take 10 minutes to burn. Got it? See, we use it at a faster rate than it is made. 10 लाख साल बनने में लगा और 10 मिनट में उड़ा दिया उसको. So they are non-renewable energy sources. So all the fossil fuels, coal, petroleum, natural gas are the fossil fuels, and they are non-renewable energy sources, or they are also called conventional energy sources. Okay, let us talk of one topic. How should a good energy source be? Right? What are the qualities of a good energy source? So a good energy source has the following characteristics. It should do a large amount of work per unit volume or mass. Right? So per unit volume means per kilogram. Right? Per kilogram. It should give large amount of work, means the amount of energy obtained per kilogram should be high. Yeah, it should have high energy per kilogram. It should be easily accessible also. Yeah, it should be readily available, easily accessible. It should be easy to store and transport, and mainly it should be economical. Based on these 4 characteristics, let us talk of the characteristics of an ideal fuel. सबसे अच्छा, best fuel कैसा होना चाहिए? Number 1, it should have a high calorific value, means on burning it should give more energy. I'll give an example. If you burn 1 kilogram coal or wood, and if you burn 1 kilogram of gas, natural gas, cooking gas, methane, we will find that wood will give lowest energy, coal will give little higher than wood, and cooking gas will give the best energy. Right? So 1 kilo gas will give good amount of energy. So it has a good fuel should have high calorific value. Calorie is the measure of energy. Right? Calorie is the measure of energy which a fuel will give. It should give out less smoke, means it should cause less pollution. It should leave less residue after burning, means less ash, less remains. This will occur only and only when the fuel is pure. The more impurity in the fuel, more residue it will have. It should be easily available. It should be easily available, and it should be cheap. It should be inexpensive. So these are the characteristics. Yeah, and one more. It should be easy to store and transport. So these are the characteristics of an ideal fuel. Okay, friends. I think so. We stop this video up here. We'll carry forward and we'll learn about more energy sources in the succeeding videos. So meet you then. Bye.